Busy Tigers, hope everyone's fine and dandy. Welcome back as always. Today we have got some serious stuff to go through. I'll just get it up on the screen for you. I have been collecting nugs left, right and centre. Plus, why is this not showing the screen? Here we go. Plus I have an abundant amount of, actually say this, I can't say too much till I've been there. But this was bugging me. This was bugging me for days. Dave, big up, mate. Big up, Brucey. Big up, Dave Bruce. So this was bugging me for days, by the way. And I've worked it out. I've absolutely worked out what the crack is with this. Okay? I know what's going on now. I know what it is. Why these have one pipe going in and then one coming out. This has two pipes coming in, one coming up. And again, same here, and then it's similar here, but one. I've had to work it all out to find out what's been going on. And it's only an opinion. Hello, nice to see you. Big up, brother. So I'm going to just jump straight into it. I've been out collecting nugs, collecting information for the channel. And I've been going around collecting the geopolymer, the world that has been buried and hidden under our feet, and they've just built a whole new town or city or island on top. Big up Sharigel, maximum respect, and Adam. Good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. So let's go. Hang on, let me just try and get another in series. So electrical series diagram. See if that comes up. Yep, here we go. So this is exactly what is going on, and I will show you. How can I save this? Actually, I'm just going to... Oh, Scusani. What's happened here? So, what is occurring here? Big up, Spookies. Yes, big up. Exciting stuff. Congrats on crossing the 70k. Yeah, big up, man. Maximum respect. Stephen, just do it. Just do what, mate? Ask yourself, what do you really know? Mate, what is that about? What is that about? Anyway, I'm going to crack on. So let's have a look. Just do it. Just do it. Let's get rid of that. So if I don't say hello to anyone, it's only because I'm here doing this. So I now need to present this screen. So Fitzy Kaza, big up. Bonjour, Bill, mate. Big up, mate. It was an awesome handle. Okay, but I didn't understand the ... That's what I was confused at. Greetings. Linares, Chile. Linares. There's a boxer called Linares, Jorge Linares. Anyway, Paul in the chat, big up. Kim Ray, big up. Happy to see everyone. Boomba. Right, so I'm going to carry on. Now, present. I'm not share that screen. So let me just talk about this first. So this here is for electrics. And I'll tell you why I'm saying that, right? And I can notice a pattern. I notice that either it comes in here or exits here and vice versa. Okay, so you've got an entrant and an exit, all right? But here you've got two, boom, 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 okay? Here you've got two, boom, 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 boom. Here you've got two, boom, boom. And here you've got one. Now, I believe that if we was to pull this road up, there would be a level, and I believe there'll be another set of apartments underneath. Right now, this is for electrical lighting, or it's for an electrical meter. Now, this is done in series. So anyone that knows anything about electrics, I know the most basic of basic, by the way. So I probably might even say this wrong, but to my knowledge, it seems to me that this has been run in a series. And also in the series, there's a connection point to take off for the apartments. All right, you get that? Look, this is where you've got two here. So I come in, feed this electrical light or meter, and then go to the next one, vice versa. In here, so it'd be like an S going, like a snake going into each box. It's called a series. But also what I've noticed, outside the houses or the apartments, they have two. 2 outlets. Look, boom, 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 boom. So I believe they're taking the electric from here for this apartment. And the same here, they're taking the electrics from the series here into this apartment. And this one here, where there's a series, I reckon it's gone to underneath in another layer, because it looks like something's going on here. I don't know what's going on. But someone asked me earlier, what are squidge marks? I just want to go off topic a little minute. So we are looking at limestones. This is meant to be compressed marine biology. And what I mean when I say that is it's meant to be animals, dead animals, seashells, all that has fallen to the bottom. This is what sedimentary rock is, okay? This is the script that we're given, and this is definitely not what we're looking at. So I am telling you guys what I mean by squidge marks. So you can clearly see the joint mark, which is, I can't even see no joint marks here. I just see all squidge marks. These are all squidge marks, in all honesty. These look like all squidge marks, but let's get to another image. Like, this is a joint mark, clearly. Here we go. You can see 2 joints now, 3 joints. So this is one here, going along here. This is another joint here, going down here. And this is another joint here. And it seems to me like this could be another joint there. So it's done in these geometric shapes. And this is what I mean by squidge marks. These lines here that go up, these ones that come down, these ones here. These are here. These are squidge marks. These are squidge marks. These are squidge marks. Okay, these are what squidge marks are. I don't know any other name for it. I'm learning on the job. There might actually be a name for it in the geopolymer industry, but for me, that is a squidge mark, and that is when you've got the mold or the form, and you're putting in the mix inside, and you don't cast it all in one hit. So you do it in sections inside that mold. Notice that this wall is completely flush, so especially down here, it's very flush. You can tell that this was the finished wall pre-render. Then it's all deteriorated up here. But for some reason, this bit's managed to stay. So that's what I was on about. Going back to these. I believe these were for lighting or meters, and they're in series. And let me show you what I mean. Give me a second. Give me a second. Share, present, stop sharing, share. Oh, go. Share. Right, electrical series diagram. Here we go. Just need to make sure they're sharing. Yep, excellent. So this is what I mean by an electrical series diagram. Now, electricians will fully understand what I'm saying. People with a bit of common sense will get the idea of what I'm saying. And people that ain't got a clue, then well, I can't help you. I can't help you at all. But this is what I'm saying. So it's in a series. All right, and this is what I believe is going on when we look at the stonework, which is directly outside the apartments. So let me just get this window. So this is why we had this cut into the stone like this, because it's in a series. So it comes in here, boom, continues, comes in here, boom, continues. But also they're taking power from here to go into the apartment. Same here, they're taking power from here to go into the apartment. And also they must be doing it here. And that's why I'm saying there must be another level underneath. Because here there's only one, so it's in series. So it's coming in here. I believe they're for lights, because this is actually, unless this one's going to an apartment at a lower level that's being blocked up by the road, I'm not sure. But you can tell, right? And another thing is, all these houses here, by the way, check all these houses out, right? When these people flush the toilet or put water into their sink, they have to connect to the existing waste systems that have been incorporated into this geopolymer limestone. Now, why am I saying that? It's common sense, because there's no way how else is this water going to get taken away? How else is their poo, their wee, their dirty water, their shower water, their washing machine water? Where does it all go? So they're connecting directly to the old world services incorporated into this. Now, this was not the top of the structure. This is just where it's been chopped down so they could build on top of it. This is where they thought, right, we'll chop it down here, because underneath here we have all the services. We have storage for water. We have tunnels to run the cables for the services. We have tunnels to run water services. So that's why they've kept a lot of the geopolymer. And it's a lot easier just to build on top and use the tunnels underneath. Now, This is extremely bonkers because, again, I've just got an electrical feeling when I look at this. If anyone can see what's going on here. So I imagine some sort of electrical pin coming in here. And I can imagine this being filled with some sort of salt. So we've got the salt water here, cable coming in, fixed here, goes out. I don't know why. That's just what's in my head. It's just an opinion. It probably means nothing. It could just literally be for boats to come in and out. I don't know. But it seems to me that we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in vision here. So we've got 9 of them here. Sorry, this is just a pool. But we've got here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 of them here. Let me go to the chat and see what people say. Let's see who's in the manor and all. Greetings. Yes, yes. Unity, big up. Drop and continue. Yes, you know. Series like Xmas lights. Exactly that, my friend. Wired or wireless? That is wired, 100% wired. If it was wireless, there'd be no chase marks. Again, I don't want to sound silly, but it's common sense. You ain't going to chase a mark out for no cable, are you? Isn't that shape called the rhombus or something? It's all triangles like rhombus shapes and blocks. Yeah, it's funny that, because remember I found some book the other day. Where is she? And when I opened up the page, it opened straight up to a load of geometric shapes that were in the shapes of the blockwork. I was like, I was meant to see this. I haven't actually looked at the book properly yet. I just flicked through it and see that. Big up, Colin from Wiltshire. Maximum respect. Are you anywhere near Chippenham, by the way? Because I used to go on holiday there with my nan. Bobby on the tube. Easy, mate. Who's that? Ain't my nephew, is it? Bobby on the tube. Easy, geez. If it is, maximum respect, bro. I'm quite curious about the abundance and the advanced erosion on the outside contrast. With that, some finished and fine interiors. Exactly that, mate. And I have a theory for that, because you walk around some parts, even like, let me just go back to this picture. Give me a second, because what you just said there is a very common. Now, this wall's actually quite close to the finished wall, so we can't use that as an example. But here, like this part here is very deteriorated, but down here is close to the finished wall. This bit would have been rendered here. You get me? This bit would have been rendered. But if you stand here and you go on the side view, this actually goes in about 2 inches, about that much. But you can't see it looking face on. Again, block. Look at this, by the way. And again, when I say squidge marks, if people don't understand what I'm saying, let me make sure this is sharing. Yeah, it's sharing. Yes, Melksham, big up. Jolly man, big up, brother, big up. Yes, Chippenham. I used to go there all the time with my nan, mate, all the time. Big up, Jolly man. So here, this is what I mean. So you can clearly see that this down here is close to the finished wall. This down here. So, and you can see that this is where it's deteriorated. But here you can see they've put 1 bit of limestone in, 2 bits of limestone, 3 bits of limestone, 4 that goes over all of it. Now, if this was sedimentary rock, compressed marine biology, first of all, there's no stones, no shells, no nothing like that. It's just pure limestone. And there's fibers in there because you've got this effect here. Look at this. Why don't you let me zoom in? All right, look at that. All right, what would do that? But again, there's no marine biology. And if this was compressed, it'd be flat lines. It'd be flat lines, because when I mean compressed, the way for this to be compressed, it would have to be compressed from the weight of the ocean above it, because this is meant to be a seabed, remember? But again, we don't get that. Now, this is very interesting, because this is the same part of this structure, just another area. But this has been kept in pristine condition. Now, look at the limestone. Now, another thing that's interesting is, like, you can see cast marks here and here. Like, what is this? And this even looks like a joint mark going along here. This looks like a crack or something. I don't know. But again, you can see, look, a squidge mark. This is exactly what you get when you cast concrete, but this is limestone. Now, this is inside here, but this is not inside there, but another part. This section here is probably about 100 meters away from this part. So this is the exterior of that. And now this is in the structure at another part. But I just want to point out, like, where's the tool marks? You're not going to sit there and tell me these are tool marks. No way. No way, Jose. Where's the tool marks? How would you look at it? Look at that perfect circle corner. 90 degree there. From there to there, it's 90 degree, but then it's going around in a 360 or sorry, 180. I don't know how you say that degree angle. And lo and behold, this is obviously the joint mark here, but look at this going up here. This is clearly another joint, and this is another joint here. This is all in the GOP, all of it GOP. Let's see what people are saying. Paul Cook, face blue, smiling, big up, spookies. Whoa, that is awesome condition. I know, man, I know. And I found a few bits like that. Hair from giant horses. I think it's more hemp than anything else, to be honest with you. But that's only my opinion. I could be completely wrong, and you could be spot on. So, good opinion, by the way. It makes me think like someone hit the outside like a super power washer, like stripped off all the outer layer, then perhaps knocked most of it. That's exactly what I'm saying, mate. Where I drive around all day, I'm noticing so much more stuff as well. I'm actually going to go somewhere tonight and film something that's going to knock everyone's socks off. So that video will be ready for Sunday. I'm going to have that video ready for Sunday. I'm probably going to go out and film it tonight. No rest for the wicked, you know. Like I get up at 6, go to work. Like I finished work 34 minutes ago, and I've been on here for 17 minutes. That's why I look like shite at the minute. People love your stuff. Thanks, mate. Wow, that's awesome. Hit that. Nice one. Nice one. So the complex was built with those electrical services already incorporated. Old as they claim, natural rock is. Sorry, I must have misread that. So the complex was built with those electrical services already incorporated. No, I don't know. Them electrical services could be from the early 1800s. I don't know. Or sorry, the mid 1800s. I don't know. I would say, because where I've seen the stones hiding some of the channel marks, they're quite ancient. So I'd say they're really old. But again, I believe electric's been around for forever. And I think that's something that's been suppressed out of our history, purely for the fact that they want everyone to think that the world only started 2,000 years ago and we discovered electricity 150 years ago maximum. So, you know. But we all know they lie. They lie at their arse, out their backside. So remember, everyone had to get vaccinated, and that's putting all the pressure on everyone to get vaccinated and all that crap. And it turns out that was a load of crap. So just from that fact there, or that scenario, that you know that the government, the world, the whole, everything get together as a team, one team, because they all look like individual corporations, but they're all under one banner. And I don't even know what I'm going on about that. Shushy. Let's get back to work. Right, so yeah, there we go. A nice bit of limestone geopolymer. Untouched, not even scratched up to be rendered. I don't know what happened here, though. But this is where it's been cast on top. This is where this bit has been cast on top. No joint mark, no scratch marks whatsoever. Right, again, let's move on. Squidge marks. Now, this is probably going to look, I can see, like, when I look at this, I want to know what people think. Let's go and I want to see what people think. Paul, what do you say about the roadways that lead out into the Mediterranean? You've probably covered it in the past, but I can't recall. I don't know what you mean, my friend. Roadways. What do you mean roadways lead out to the Med? Do you mean like the big, when you look on Google Earth, is that what you mean? And you see like, I think I know what you mean, but it's not something I've actually looked into. If pipe organ tech is 12,000 years old, what else? I don't know. I didn't even know that's 12,000 years old, 1,200 years old, but conduit coming straight out the rock. Yeah. Mate, what I've got tonight, or what I'm going to show you today, is going to knock your socks off as well. Horsehair is, or was used in plaster. Interesting. That's interesting. Plaster's just gypsum, right? You know that, yeah? I believe. Let me have a look. Plaster material. Plaster as a material, moulding, decorative. Let's have a look. Stucco, plasterworks, gypsum, lime, or cement. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Hello, simplicity revealed. Oh, blinking hell. Salute to you, teaching tiger. Maximum respect, Aurorian. Maximum respect. I appreciate you. Thanks so much. Thank you so much. Lots of other star faults are built on such complexes, from what I can gather. Definitely from previous civil. Yeah, Fitsikaza. This is something that I am absolutely noticing abundant of. These star cities and star faults are built on ancient complexes. And again, there seems to be abundant amount of water around these places as well. So that's another thing to add to the mixture. But this here, I want to get to this because this is, I want to know what people say when you look at this, because I'm about to go in on this image. So can someone give me their thoughts on what you're looking at now? So I can then go in and tell you what I go on here. Seems pretty obvious to me that they're lying about timelines. Yeah, 100%, mate. 100%. Like, even if you go back to dung, I used as plaster. Dung I used as plaster. Nice. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. That's probably a really good. I know eggs are quite solid once they set, like parts of it. I remember when I was younger once, I got a bit of egg on the ring of the hob where I was cooking. I was only about 23, something like that. And when I was going to move out, I never got it. Wouldn't come off ever. And I scrubbed it, and on the ring, it's like aluminium. You can't really like scratch it off because it will just damage the aluminium, or the steel rather. So I know that egg gets very strong if you leave it. Right, that looks like blocked up entrance to me. Right. I was at the Belfort Star Fault last month and also built an old structure. I know it's crazy, man. Bill is crazy, mate. Right, Dave, I've just got your explanation there. It looks like a blocked up entrance to me. I'm going to go in now because if no one can see what I see, you're going to absolutely have your socks knocked right off right now. So let me just explain what a guam. Ready? Right, so this here, this bit down here that you can see, literally here where the ground is, this would have been the face of the wall. But as they go up the block work, it's deteriorating. Right now, this has been cast in loads of little sections. You don't see no compressed layers or striations or nothing like that at all. So you've got 1 block, 2 block, 3 block, 4, 5 block, 6 block, 7 block, 8 block, 9 block, 10 block, 11, 12, 13, right? And not only that, this whole entrance here has been cast against some sort of iron sheeting, right? Because you can see the iron sheeting running down here. You can see a squidge mark here, and you can see a squidge mark here. So this is where the iron sheet went. And on the other side, it would have been the same going down here. So I now know for a fact that most places, when they were casting this stuff, they would make iron frames for hallways, services, rooms, right, and they'd cast over it. And I'm probably going to make a little model of this stuff. As soon as I've got the money to buy sodium silicate, I'm going to get some of this geopolymer. I'm going to break it down. I'm going to put it in with some sodium silicate and some calcium hydroxide and some calcium carbonate. And I'm going to sit there and I'm going to make one of these and explain to you exactly how it's done and show you how it's done. I'm going to get loads of little iron sheets. I'm going to build a little square house or square room with a tunnel coming off it. And I'm going to cast the limestone over it in sections. And it's going to look just like this. Just like this. What are you saying? Concrete forms exactly of a structure. The whole mountain might be, it's not a mountain, my mate. It's not a mountain, it's a structure. Breach the bugger. Listen, Lenny, mate, right? This, what you're looking at now, tonight I'm going to be going in somewhere 1 billion times better than that, mate. Like, I'm not even going to give the location. I'm not even going to show where it is. I'm not doing nothing. I'm just going to go in it and I'm going to film it. Dakalosh. That means that's everything. Maltese. Saw a video about a giant boulder in India, weathered, rough and black with some disturbance, made part of it crack and fall away, and behind the doorway completely hollow. And this is another thing. Our brains fill in the gaps. Yeah. So if you see a wall like this, your brain just thinks it's a solid wall. You don't know what's going on behind that wall. You just know what's in this room. Right. And this is how the people at B rely on our consciousness. We don't know what's going on. So we just take in. I've got to stop going off track. What I've noticed from going in the catacombs basically is they ain't solid walls. There's rooms behind them. All right. That's common. It's common. Nothing's solid here. It's rooms. It's a complex. So let's get, what's happened to the images? Some old buildings have stones that look cast. It's probably because they are cast, my friend. Aurorian, just want to say big up again to you, my friend. All right, now I'm going to get, I don't know what happened to the images. Let me get them back. I get so excited and then I just waffle and then I forget where I'm at. Where are we? So I was here. Right, I've just got to share this screen for you guys, all right? So, so squidge marks then are lines of delineation where geopolymer batches, if you will, are poured on top of it inside the mold. Excellent. Look how much sweat is dripping off me. Look at this. Yes, yeah, mate. How you just said that is probably how I'm going to say it moving forward. Squidge marks are lines of delineation where geopolymer batches, if you will, are poured on top of another inside the mold. Yes. So anyone that doesn't understand, and I'm not saying in a patronizing way, it's my fault because I've got so much stuff going on in my head and I'm tired and all that sort of business that, ouch, sometimes I can't get the words out. Plus, it don't help that I smoked chronic for half of my life. But yeah, maybe that's why. Big up, brother. Maximum respect. Maybe that's why all the rich history in Malta, maybe everyone wanted to own these buildings and Starthoughts. That's already here. Yeah, exactly, mate. Exactly. Saw that video too. Amazing info. Now, let me just, I want to get back to the images because here they are. Right, so we was hither. So if I ignore the chat, I'm not ignoring it. I'm just going through the stages. So here you can see this is where they've added it in sections. This is not compressed marine biology where you've seen layers stacked on top of each other, compressed. That is not happening here. Definitely not happening. You've got iron all the way down here. And look, here we go. You can see the iron close up now. This is the iron. So people think that I chat, people think that I lie, or I'm just trying to make something out of nothing. Look at that. And now this is completely flushed, this side here. By the way, this section is this image, all right? So it's just close up. So this section here, you can see where it's been cast. And this is it. This is the end of that wall. Look, you can see. Boom. Right? And this is the bottom part. So this here and this here. So boom, top, bottom. Oh, what's happened here? Bottom. And you can see the iron down here. So someone's, and this is another squidge mark you can see here. So sometimes these squidge marks, sometimes a mix actually congeals in with each other, and sometimes they create the squidge marks. So, and I guess it's just depending on how quick the next batch goes in on top of the other one. So I guess here that it's set. No, it was quite wet, I guess. So when they put that one in, it's congealed a bit, and you just got a little squidge mark. But this one here, they've probably let this whole bit set and then put that one in. That's why it's sit on top, and you've got that absolute line. And again, if we was in Egypt or Brian Forrester or someone like that was around, they'd be putting a bit of paper up to that going, you can't even get a bit of paper in the joint mark. Mystery cells. Now this will crack you up because iron sheeting, same spot. I turned the camera around, couldn't believe it. Iron sheeting, holding in the work here. Look at it. Not even, it's about an inch thick iron sheeting. So the bit I just showed you is behind me. This here is behind me right now as I take this photo. Take note of all the apartments. Boom, 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 boom. And again, the iron sheeting. They love a bit of iron. Now, what's going on here? Now, this is interesting. Right, I need to tell you where I'm at first. I put my arm in this room, okay? I put my arm in here. And you've got a pipe going straight down underneath the current ground level, right? Straight up there into the GOP. Now, when I come out of this room, by the way, let me just take this back a little bit. You can see that there's a hole behind here. So I believe it was an air vent or something behind there, but it doesn't matter about that too much. So remember that pipe? So it's going straight through this GOP. This is a joint mark. This is 100% a joint mark here. Look at that. Running all the way here. So this is one whole massive block, and then they've started casting on top. This is a squidge mark in a triangle. You can see the shapes of this stuff now. And the reason it's so rough is because it would have been rendered. It doesn't matter about the first fix because it's going to get rendered. All these impurities get smoothed out on the final touch when they decorate the building. And people think I'm lying or chatting crap about the decoration around the building. I have shown so much decorative terrazzo and render found on these structures, especially outside Valletta. There's so much of it. Right. So again, I just want to make this fact absolutely clear. This pipe is running all the way through this GOP. So what's it picking up? Is it picking up rainwater? Where's that water going to? Because like I said, they've kept these structures because these structures have the facilities built into them to take away your shit, your water, your washing machine water, your dirty water and your waste. And it can bring fresh water to you. So again, I want to point out that pipe is running all the way through this. Do you know what? There probably some rooms behind this, by the way. You know, and it's probably collecting stuff. There could even be a water gallery behind this wall. We don't know. Like I said, our brains fill in the gaps for us. So we just think this is one solid stone. Guarantee it's far from it. Again, look at the joint marks. This is one whole layer here. You've got another layer here. It's unbelievable when you know this stuff now. Look at it. And by the way, the joint that we was looking at was this one here. You remember? I was going, oh, look, we've got the limestone up on the wall. Guess what building this is? Oh, no, it's not here. Sorry, I'll get carried away sometimes. But look, you've got the iron sheet in here. They're just rubbing it in. Rubbing it in here. Look, you've got the iron sheet in here. It's like when you go and look at Gigantea in Gozo. It's meant to be the oldest complex in the world. But when you get there, there's a sign saying it was built in 1910. Next, door frame. Seems to be something on the wall there. I don't know what that is. Probably some old well glue. This was definitely a joint mark, 100% a joint mark. They fill this stuff in. Someone went around and filled in all the joints, which is bonkers. Again, this is what I say about fibres. This is why there's fibres in here. Look, I can only imagine it being hemp or something like that. Or it could be horsehair. I don't know. And again, look at this pipe just coming out of here. So again, if this is a solid block, which I believe it isn't, I believe there's some sort of like rooms or cavities behind this. Something's going on in here. Why have you got a pipe hanging out of this wall? You get me? What is that doing there? There's obviously cavities behind here. There's rooms behind here doing something. But again, above here, what is built on top of this is the city of Valletta. And like I explained in the last video, the reason they've kept all this structure is because of the amount of benefits keeping it. So you've got all the waste, you've got all the water, you've got everything. Everything can run around in these tunnels, through the complex, everything. This is something I need to look at. Something I really need to look at. I couldn't believe it when I see this, but I'm going to look right into it. Look at it. It looks like loads of little blocks of concrete. So look, White Pocket, Arizona. This is going to be in one of my videos next. It might be in a Brucey bonus. Now, I need to clear this up because people will sit there and say this is tool marks. This is how they cut the stone. This is nothing more, by the way, than little cuts inside the stone, tiny little chip outs, so the render can adhere to it. Okay, this is being re-grouted or repointed at a later date, clearly. But you can see that there was render on the wall here. And this is why these holes are here. Imagine getting this stone, you want to put render on it. It's just going to fall off, right? If you smear some render up on that wall, it'll just fall down. So for it to stick, you have to make loads of little holes like this. These are not holes where it's been cut out of the stone. If it was cut out of the stone, this wouldn't be so flush, all of these little bits, right? So that's one thing to remember. Now, again, just building directly on top of this is the structure poking out. Now, I know because I'm a plumber. This is an access panel for a 4-inch pipe, right? So in here is a T. This will be a T here or Y piece. I know for a I I'm a plumber. I look at that and I can just tell, right? So I know that the Y piece, this is probably for a vent or some sort of waste. And again, this is the GOP and this is the house built on top of the GOP. So this is the first floor of the house, right? Now, the basement of this house must go into the GOP. And the pipe work goes down into the GOP as well. Because look, this is the access hatch. If there's a problem in the vent or the pipe, you unscrew the cap and you can poke the stuff down. That's why it's there. So this goes down. So I believe the joint is underneath this. But look, it's in the GOP. Now, again, I just want to see if I can get a better picture. Right, this was a well. At one point, this was a well, but they've smashed up all this land, put mud over it, forgot about it. 50 to 100 years later, they've cut it out and they've started building blocks of flats here. But look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Unbelievable. I couldn't believe it when I see it. And I've never seen in my life a backwards pair of tits. That's why I took the photo. But don't worry about that for now. I'm on about this. But, so the geezers come along with a digger. Boom, 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 boom. Exposed the well, because it looks like a bell, by the way. These wells look like bells. And this one's obviously lined with this material to keep it waterproof and keep it clean. But at some point, they've come along, decided to build flats here, just got rid of all this, you know, and just exposed the well. Like I said, I should have got a better picture, really. It was better because the bird turned to the side, you can't really see it, but from behind, it looked like it just cracked me up. No pun intended either. Now, this is interesting. Again, let's go. I want to talk about this because this is services would run through here. So this is a GOP, right, poking out. Again, service would have come down here. Look at that. And again, you can see the sections. This is not compressed marine biology. This is stacked blocks like it's loads of books on a shelf, right? It's not compressed on the side. That for this to be marine biology compressed, that means the whole image had to be, the world had to be on the side at one point. Bonkers. This is a geopolymer mix. This is a squidge mark. This is a joint mark. This is a joint mark. Squidge, joint, 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 joint. Boomba. Again, they've built a windmill. This windmill has probably been rebuilt in the last, I don't know, 70 years, 100%. But I believe it was originally in GOP because all the base of it up to about 2.5 foot is GOP. And I guarantee you the basement of this, well, I know for a fact it's going to be in the GOP. Now, this, I need to turn this round somehow. How do I do this? How can I do this? Right, I'm going to have to leave it like this. So I've done a delivery today in a school. Crazy, yeah? That's all right, it's no problem. That's no problem. Look at this. This is directly. This is real history, huh?
Yes, yes.
And when you
come to supposed to be parking.
Parking. Wow, I'm impressed. Very impressed. So let me just explain what's going on there. Right, what is going on there is this is a school. Right, this is a school. And basically, like I said, they've not even done any, they've literally just built directly on top of the old world here. So there's a little cavity, like the woman just said, this was meant to be a car park. So they was going to build an underground car park and get rid of that. So Tetas, what's going on there? I just want to see, there was a giant factories on tracks. There were giant factories on tracks. Interesting. I bet I used to look amazing in the day. Terrazzo is beautiful. It catches the sun and sorts of glitters. Yeah, the terrazzo that I found around Valletta is yellow with, it's like a tanned, it's a sandstone colour. And it's got red, yellow and blue pigments in it, like those little smashed up stones. Very interesting. I'll see if I can find the image in a minute. It's quite clear that the exterior of the structure has been stripped or blown off 100%. Starthorpe right here in upstate New York, and of course there is a quarry at the location. Of course there is, mate. We know the script now. We know the script. They probably still use old world sheeting. 100%, mate. Listen, when I walk down the road all the time and I see them with iron sheeting in squares, right? Drop down by a crane and then they fill around with concrete and then they pull it out. Like the road that I live down, they've just dug up the whole road and done that. So every drain, they put the iron sheet down, cast all the concrete around it and then pulled it out. And I thought, what is the chances of me seeing this after I've just worked it out back in the day? From back in the day. Anyway, yeah, interesting. I've told it before. Someone told me the whole Malta is artificial. Yeah, mate. Yeah, I'd say that. It'd be curious to speak with plumbers who work for the government, you know. Oh, don't. I would love to. I would love to. Actually, I had to go and do some work once with a friend of mine because the government sent a load of plumbers to do work and they absolutely ballsed it up. So me and my friend who worked for a private company had to go and fix it. Like obviously the people that own the properties went and got a private company to go and finish off the government work because the government fucked it. Right, a patch, limestone and dust from soaring. Nice. Completely amazes how much is built on old. Yeah, I know. I mean, I wouldn't even call them old world foundations. I mean, I'd say they're like 2/3 of the structure. You know, it's just that we've put roads on top of it and built houses on top of it. It just seems like the foundation to us because we don't know how far it goes down. But I fully understand what you mean, mate. Oh, well, Tetters. The pattern on these blocks looks similar to the cuneiform tablets. Interesting. Lost Adventures. Big up. Backwards pair of... Yeah, you like that one. You know the party's over when the backwards... You know. That one. Plumbers are a pain in the ass with their pipes in the walls. Yeah, same with cables, mate. Same with cables in the wall. Wandering Wolf on YouTube. Six Moss Pass walks around Sagewell and other sites in Montana. I'll have a look at that then. Ah, Veritas, big up, girl. Long time no see. I hope you're all gravy, girl. WW, that's awesome. Imagine that you're in a school. I know, imagine in a school. And the first thing the guy said to me before I actually filmed it, because when I looked in there, I was going, wow. He was going, Katakumbi. And I was going, yeah, that's what you've been told, mate. Synchronicity, unity. All right, let's get back to the juice. All right. Again, you can see here, chopped down GOP. Again, like, I'll get to it. Another thing that I found is fields with geopolymer walls that are about 5 foot high and 2 foot thick. But I'll get into that. I'm gonna have to fly my drone over this because I can't get near it, but I'll fly my drone over it. Look, you see that? What's going on here? Why have they kept this? Why didn't they chop it down and build the wall all level? I'll tell you why. Because look at this. Look at this little access. I know that going back behind here, this is part of the services run under this. I reckon if you pull this up, there's going to be a cavity under here with the pipes that's connected to this little cover. Excuse me if I'm breathing a bit weird because it's very hot. It's like 36. Look at that. I love this. I love it. And now you're going to see the sections. Look, boom, cast on top, squidge marks. I'll leave the mouse alone.
Oh, there's no joints going on. Where's the joints?
Oh, look at that. So here, look at this. Let me just go back a sec. Here, this here, I believe, I don't know what would go here, but something went there. You can see that a cable or a pipe went there, and there's also a slab. You've got the slab marks. So a slab went over it to hide in whatever service went there. And when I say service, pipe, cable for electrical, water, or power, or it could be another pipe for an air vent. Because obviously you need to vent these places, especially water. Water needs to be vented, otherwise. Or if you haven't got, if you don't have vents in your water system, unless it's a pressurized water system, you can encounter things like airlocks and things like that. So you need a vent in your system. All right, you've got this triangle block here, which is abundant. Like I always say, the triangles go down to the corner. Again, this is just the tip of the iceberg.
Service used to go there because you've got the old.
Look, someone's actually smashed open this service. It's not been opened up nicely, like because you've still got parts of the plate that covered up the hole. It's still imprinted into this ain't concrete either. I don't know what this is. This is some old world glue, like concrete glue, cement. I don't know what it is. So if anyone wants to know what these lines are, they're called squidge marks, in my opinion. I might have to go and like look at some geopolymer sites and find out like what the real terminology is for this, you know. Well, I'll just call it my own stuff. Again, look, boom, 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 boom. So this is a block that's been put in there. But how ironic. Yeah, don't worry about it now.
Again, boom, boom, boom.
Don't know what these are for. But you're going to start
So
seeing.
no need for iron. Oh, here we go. Boom, boom, boom. Another joint.
Anyone knows what this symbol is? I believe a lot of this stuff's just been, mate, World War II was when they reshaped and got rid of everything here. There's a joint mark there.
Again, you've got another one there. There.
That's a squidge mark.
There.
See, I can't, by the way, I can't even see the screen when I'm filming this because it's so bright. So I don't even know what I'm pointing at. I just think I'm pointing at what I assume I'm pointing at, but I don't actually know because I can't see the screen. It's too bright. You know the script. Try looking at your phone when it's like middle of the day. It's like 35, 40 degrees.
Yeah, there's so much going on. And that's it.
I mean, let's work. Why is this here? Why is that here? Why didn't they get rid of it? Why didn't they chop it down and build the wall on top? Why did they just level it off in certain parts and then build on top?
Here's a great example. This is the finished wall, and this is where it's been damaged.
Excellent.
Again here.
So here, this is what I'm showing you, right? This down at the bottom is the finished wall, and up here it's where it's deteriorated. And all they've done here, they put some DPC. Anyone in a building game, DPC is called damp-proof cloth. So when you're doing like courses of brickwork or block work to stop the damp rising up, you put down DPC. And that's what they've done here.
You see, this is the finished
Right here, this is the finished wall, yeah? And you can see that this much has come away.
wall.
Even as you look at the geopolymer going up like that, look at that. And I'm going uphill a little bit. You can see I'm sweating so bad.
Damaged. Overlapping. So what they've done is they've put some damp-proof cloth down and go on top.
Again, perfect. This is squidge marks. You know that this was cast in iron or some sort of boarding, and this is very close to the finished wall. You've got all the squidge marks. This is literally pre-render. Not a lot has come off of this wall here. This is very close to the finished wall. Not like here. This looks like this has been damaged on purpose. This looks like it's got loads of tool marks in it on purpose. But this bit looks lovely. Maybe this was like remnants of the render. I don't know.
You know what this is? It's like,
So there you go, guys. What are you saying? I mean, look at it. Look at this mofo, eh? Well, I don't understand why they keep it. If this is weak limestone that's so bad and crumbles away, why are you building on top of it? Why is there a whole city of Valletta and Floriana built directly on top of it? Well, we know why. I'm just chucking these questions out. Yeah, this seems to be the top of an entrance. That's probably about 4 foot wide, that one there. But again, look, and there's even a box there. So we know that this probably goes down another 3 or 4 feet because you've got a foot of this poking out.
down there.
So that is why, let me take you, that is why they've chopped that down where they did, because they have to keep the roof of this place. All right, imagine if they chopped it down here, you'd just have a massive hole here because this is a tunnel, right? This could open up into, I don't know, who knows. But that's why they've had to keep some of that there, because otherwise you'll have cavities. So now I answered my own question. It's to keep it there. It's to keep the. It's to keep a level field. Shush. Play the video.
Obviously got the entrance down there.
Right. What I'm trying to say is, if they chopped it down here, then this room would be exposed here, wouldn't it? So they've obviously carefully, tactically chopped down at the right places enough so they don't go into any cavities or break through anywhere, and there's enough stone so people don't fall through. Boomba. I mean, that means the bomb in Maltese. And this was very interesting. I mean, you've got a bit of render on the wall here as well, which is very, very interesting. Oh, what happened? Oh, it's just one second. Again. Look at this. Joint line covered up.
Door's been blocked up here.
And again, look at the bottom layer. Look, and here. The bottom layer in this bit is really close to the finished wall. I mean, look at that. And then you can see here where it's deteriorating, especially up here it's going. This is a squidge mark, and these are squidge marks, but it's so old. Around the edges, it's deteriorated, creating these nice curved pillow effects. But these would have been squidge marks. These would have looked like this here. That's all it would have looked like. And again, if this was marine biology compressed, you don't act like that. It doesn't act like that. Now, this is interesting as well. Again, the whole town is built on top of this GOP. Now, you know that this had framing going along here, because that's why you've got these squidge marks, right? There's no compressed marine biology. There's none of this business. These houses are built directly onto the GOP. Look at this. Look, you've even got a ton. Look, what's going on here? What is this? I don't know if that's a bin or a door with two windows. I'm not sure. Look, is that a cavity? I'm not sure what's going on. But again, look at it. The city is built on top. Look, even here, look, houses directly on top. Houses directly all on top of this. So again, like I will say, all these people that flush their toilets, their waste goes into this stone. Okay, there'll be channels inside of this with pipework in it that is connecting to all of these houses that can take away their dirty water. Again, I don't know why this is like this. Like they've tried to make it look like it was a quarry, but again, it's just absolutely bizarre. I've seen quarried quarries after they've been used, and this is so unfamiliar to a quarry because all the stones are completely different sizes. None of them match up. It's like someone's just come here with an angle grinder, a big one, like a I don't know, like a 1.5 foot wheel, and just done loads of lines everywhere. But look, nothing adds up. No blocks or nothing. They're all completely different sizes. Some are so close to each other. It's just like someone's done that to ruin it. Part of me feels they've done that, so when the rain gets inside of it, it makes it deteriorate quick. So that's why I believe they've done that. I mean, let's have a look over here. I mean, look at this. Look at this. They tried to make this look like a quarry. Is this what this is? Let's see what people are saying. What's people saying? So I don't want to miss anyone. Mars planets. Paul, do you think Giants poured the GOP? No, I don't think the Giants poured it. I'm not sure because there is giant stuff here. There's giant stuff here. Like I don't know. And when you say giants, I don't. If they're big, I wouldn't say they're more than 8 foot. Do you think Giants poured it? William Wallace, the thoughts as well. Hello, David. Squirrel's in the manor. Where is he? Squirrel, where are you, bro? Big up, Squirrel, mate. I can't see you. Ah, Pierre, mate. I will ask Paul about these and what he thinks, as he is more knowledgeable into this. It's only opinions, Pierre, mate. It's only opinions, man. I could be completely wrong. I could be wrong. But big up, brother. Was you in Sicily last week, by the way, when all the fires were there? Where is Paul today? As I missed the first part. This is all over. This is just what I've collected over the last couple of days. Squirrel. Where is he? I can't see him. Looks very evident to me that the exterior has some finished layers that almost been completed yet. Do you think the secret sites have any of the answers to the actual history? I'm sure it'll blow a few minds. I don't know if they have. Paul, in the next Friday video, I need your opinion about some cartlots I found underwater. That is very interesting. Very interesting. Where? Keep that. Message me on WhatsApp here. Message me on WhatsApp, man. And I can give you my opinion, but it won't mean nothing. Like, you probably know more than me. Mark, big up, brother. Big up, Mark. Maximum respect. Remember that GOP you found in Portland with the sack imprints, same squidge marks, same shapes being poured. They're the iron. They're two iron. The lot. I know, mate. I know. I can't believe it. I know. It's crazy. Sunny and windy here in Monchique mountain range in Portugal. Geopolymers everywhere. Interesting. I'd like to go to Portugal, actually. Rainy here in France too. That's why I'm yachting right now. Too much pressure in the system will create squidge marks. Too little pressure will result in ripple marks. Easy, Pierre. Golden. What was the agenda? Owning the weather by best summer ever in the UK. Mate, you know what they're doing? They're going to be doing climate change lockdowns. I said this a year ago. Send some of the rain our way. It's been pouring in the rain for free. Mate, this is the agenda now. It's the CC. That's the agenda. So you're going to get blasted with it now. And then all of a sudden, just like all the other pandemics and all the other stuff, it's going to go. Once they've ushered in their new laws, their new taxes, their new rules, it's on to the next agenda. Just like the oil was running out, just like the gas was running out, like the ice caps were melting. It's all a load of bollocks. Buddhist singer, big up. Easy Joe, big up. All okay, thanks. Just missed the lives. Hope you're all fine as well, mate. Yeah, I'm all good. A little bit tired, but working hard. You know, I'm doing YouTube, and in between that, I'm doing a full-time job. So I'm knackered. Crazy how these Canadians start spontaneously. I know. 444. It's got to be 420 soon for me. Cancelled flights. Oh, right. Deep underground, like thousands. Yeah, you think these places might go deep? Right. In my opinion, I believe Malta is one of the entrances to the real underworld. I reckon there's a couple of entrances in Malta. I reckon they're dotted around in a few places. I reckon Egypt's another place where these are. I reckon places that are dubbed Knights Templars, heavily influenced by the Knights. I believe these are the areas to enter the underground. Again, like if this was a quarry, like what's happened here? You know, it's just a load of cobblers. Like what is he doing? Cutting blocks on the side, vertical blocks. It's just a load of cobblers. But the people in this school will sit there and go, "Yep, this was a quarry outside." So all the consciousness in that school will go out and see all these similar marks and go, "Nope, it's a quarry. I learned it at school." Again, directly built on top. Here, this is the street level. Here, this is a house directly on top. Where does their waste go? Go straight into the geopolymer. Why? Because you've got tunnels and systems that can take it away. Bang. So we're in the middle of summer. We haven't had rain for, 2 months. Look what's happening. Gushing. Let me put it on loop for you. Remember, it's coming from underneath this church. And again, remember, I tasted this water and it was salt, very salty, salt water. So again, no rain for 50 days, at least 50 days, no rain. Yet this is gushing out, absolutely gushing out. I used to have a cup. When I worked for Thames Water, I had a cup. I think it's called like the Will something cup. I can't remember what it's called. But you put the cup under water. And I had to do this at every job I went to. It was an arseache. So every job I had to do, I had to record the pressure of the water before the job, and I had to record the pressure of the water after the job. And if there's a difference, that means I messed it up somewhere along the line. But that's why they've done it. So I had to get a picture of me holding the cup with the water coming out of the tap, showing the pressure of the water before, and again I had to do it after. Now the reason I'm saying this is because I wish I had that cup. So it's called the Will. Let me find out what the cup's called. Hang on a second. Cup to measure pressure. It's called the Will something cup. Hey, what's up here? Cup to measure pressure, water pressure. Weir cup. That's what it's called. It's called the Weir cup. So let me just get an image up. This is exactly what to use. It's just saying it's very basic, but I'll show you what it is. So share screen, water pressure. So these, when I worked for Thames Water, every job I did, no matter what I did, if I didn't do it, it's a sackable offence. So I'd have to record the pressure of the water before the job and after the job. Now I want to get one of these little bad boys, and I want to measure the pressure of the water coming out of the underneath the. Oh, where's it gone? Hang on a second. Sorry, guys. She's disappeared. Here we are. So, let's share this screen. Sorry, guys. I just want to. So I want to get a Weir cup. Where has it gone? And I want to measure the pressure of this water coming out. Because once you've got the number of that pressure, you can start doing other mathematics and work out how much water is actually coming from this point over a period of time. So like 24 hours, then we can times it by 365. And then we can work out how much water is actually getting brought up by this spring and diverted into the sea. These are the sort of things I want to do. So when I get rich, I can buy not a Weir cup, but another thing I need to buy is microscope. Major part of my research. Say the guy with the spam in same comment. Say the guy with the spam in same comments. I don't know what you're on about. Every time I check videos, you're always talking about the same thing, the same place. Mate, I don't know what you're on about, my friend, but I think you're talking absolute waffle. I hardly go on about the same place. I might give an update about something, but I'm not interested in people like you or your comments. And if I was doing on the same stuff, you're a prat for keep looking. Right. Right. Now, let's get to this. Let's get some more. Where she is. I'm off the market in October. Any place you could just look? Anywhere, mate. All of it. Look at the whole lot. The whole lot is very nice. If I was you, I'd stay in Valletta or Floriana. That's where the nugs are. I'd stay away from Salima, St Julian's, St Paul's. Where else? Marsa. I wouldn't even go near them. Linda. All right. Big up, Linda. You're actually doing your own research. Mate, I've been doing my own research for about 4 or 5 years. I don't believe in spherical hollow earth, but I believe that there are enormous cave systems, underground vaults, to make the idea of undiscovered civilization. Yeah, definitely, man. Planets. I'm interested in that stuff. Anything that can't be proven or we can't talk about or can't look at, I ain't interested. So if people want to talk about Mars, the moon, or stuff that just, I'm not interested in none of that. I'm only interested in stuff I can go and look at, touch and smell, and that's it. So again, let's have a look. A part of the structure is poking out. Now, what do we see? We see service marks running down the wall. We see entrances. We see an abundant amount of services. You see where these... let me get that picture. I ain't got a better picture. But these, by the way, these pipes, I can't even show you. I'm sorry. By the way, this is a substation here. This is a substation. This is where the power will give all the power locally to all these houses. Like I say, the services are run inside the geopolymer. That's why they keep the geopolymer, so they can feed all the houses with the services. So you've got water, electrics, vents, all sorts running through the complex. Right. I'm not going to show this video because I can't yet. No, I can't, not yet. Interesting stuff. I love this image. I love it. Going back to giants, someone mentioned about giants earlier. There's actually a part of this building. Look at that. How long ago was this blocked up? I mean, what was going on here? You've got a service that runs down here as well. So this service could have come from in here and up to there. I don't know. Could be a vent. I don't know. That's the chase mark for it. Again, what cracked me up was a bit of iron sheet in here. This was brilliant. The iron sheet. Look at that. Look at that.
Interesting that the iron sheets.
Interesting, right?
And then here again.
Yeah, again, look, you've got another one of these chase marks. So the look, this is right. Let me shush my mouth. Right, so this whole cavity down here is where the services went, right? In this bit here, services would sit. And then, oh, I can't even show you. Again, blocked up entrance down there. Blocked up a long time ago. A long time. Look at that. Stones going all the way back. But what's interesting is I have an image of this wall extending over to another part of another, just extending over there. But what's interesting is the windows and doors were for giants. In comparison to this, for giants, I'll show you the image if I can find it. And that's what they got rid of. So they actually knocked out that. On the end of this wall, where the blockwork is, there was 2 giant doors with 2 giant windows. But now, World War II happens, that's all gone. Again, this is where the services would sit inside this. This wall would have come down here to here, and the services would be buried inside, and they can just wrap around the wall into there. Or come up these little chase marks in. Well, it could even be a vent, you don't know. Independent block, completely independent, all on its own. Again, this is where the services would sit. So what I'm saying is, down here, this wall would have continued down here. Yeah, what's this? It looks like there was something to play. I'm trying to explain it here. So look, so you can see how much of the wall has come away, and this is where the services would sit inside that. And you've got all the fibres, and it's the same on the other side, by the way. It's exactly the same there. In fact, it's the same on all of these star cities. I can't call this a star fort because it's the size of an actual city. But again, you've got that cavity bit underneath here. Here it is. And we're back here. And that's the end of that, guys. That's the end of that. Michelle, big up, girl. Say the guy with the spamming comments. Yes, yes. Oh, what's happened? Star City. Yep, looks like guttering for rainwater collection. Huge vaults and doors under the letter. I know, mate. Mate, I can't even show the stuff that I've seen under the letter. Loving all the content you are presenting. It's helping me to keep motivated and study my surroundings. Yeah, I encourage everyone to go out and examine their surroundings. I come from a place called Southend, and there's not a lot going on there. That's why I decided to move out of that area and go somewhere where all the nugs are. So we'll see. Love the videos. Cheers, mate. Cheers, Willie Kill. I think your theory on waterfalls and others the other week might have something to it, Paul. Look at the flow rate under that church and no rain. Something could go on there, brother. I know, man. I know. Exactly, mate. There must be something to do with the waterhead, which is going to be the sea. That pressure pushing up underneath the stones, back up to the top to come back down. It must be one of them cycles, mate. Perpetual motion. Liverpool, big up. I don't believe in. Oh, I've read that. Big up William No Wallace. Big up Johnny Wick. Let's face it, there was another civilization before us. I think there was plenty, brother. And I don't even think they were human. If you just go to Egypt and you look at all like the animals on the wall, like the dog head people, like Nubis and all that. Look how tired I look. Nubis and all that lot. Do you think the mix has been spongy in some places? It almost looks like to me. I believe it's subject to weathering. That's what I believe. But yeah, actually, you could be right because not everywhere's the same. You can even see like some parts are different that have been cast on top of each other. So yeah, it could be. Listen, guys, I got to go because I'm literally falling asleep. My eyes are stinging. Listen, I'm going to love you and leave you. One love, guys. Tomorrow we'll go through some electrical magazines. Saturday or Sunday, I'm going to have the footage of what I'm going to go and film tonight. And it's going to knock your socks off. So hold tight for Sunday night. I'm going to do it for Sunday, actually, 12 o'clock in the day. So I'm going to go and film it tonight, make the video tomorrow after work, and then upload it for Sunday. But guys, I've got to go because I'm falling asleep, man. It's been a long day for me. Ta-da! Ta-da! And also, big up Aurorian for the $20. Maximum respect. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Ta-da, my friend. Big up, Mike. Big up from Michigan. Yeah, love you, love you, love you, love you. Big up, everyone. Cheers, Bill. Miss Karen, big up. Take care, Paulie. Ta-da. Yeah, take care, everyone. Ta-da. Ta-da.